Donald Trump just held a disastrous press conference at a concentration camp in the Everglades in Florida in front of cages where migrants will be housed and alligators will be circling around them. Donald Trump says this is something like a dream come true where migrants can now be killed and eaten by alligators in a concentration camp in the United States of America. I will show you that Donald Trump said these things right now. Let's just go through it here. Donald Trump was in front of the cages at the concentration camp that they're referring to, the regime's calling Alligator Alcatraz in Florida. It's in a airport strip that $450 million of our taxpayer dollars has now been put into to house these migrants, or I should say to torture migrants and to kill migrants potentially. Here, Donald Trump standing in front of the cages with Ron DeSantis, as well as Kristi Noem, his cosplay dog-killing Homeland Security Secretary, looks at the cages and says, Biden wanted me in here, that son of a bitch. Here, play this clip.
Hey, Biden wanted me in here, okay? He wanted me. It didn't work out that way, but he wanted me in here, that son of a bitch.
What's your expectation what this will do?
Next, Donald Trump is asked if this was a dream come true because he was asked during his first administration that he may have wanted to put crocodiles in the Rio Grande. And now Donald Trump says, well, I was thinking about that. That was a joke, but now I'm actually really happy that we're doing it now. Play this clip.
President, in 2018, you suggested putting alligators in the Rio Grande to prevent crossings in Texas. Is this a dream come true for you, sir?
Well, I was thinking about that, I must say. It was meant more as a joke, but the more I thought of it, the more I liked it, if you want to know the truth. And they were serious. They were actually crocodiles. They were crocodiles from Africa. They are a step beyond. But no, that was really meant as a joke, but a lot of people liked it. And a lot of people think we should do it, frankly.
Donald Trump is asked about 50,000 troops stationed outside of Sumy in Ukraine by Russia, and Russia is looking to launch a massive offensive. What is Trump going to do? And he's like, whatever, we'll see. Who cares? Play this clip.
Russia has about 50,000 troops stationed outside of Sumy in Ukraine. What will you do if Russia authorizes an offensive?
We'll see what happens. I'm watching it very closely.
Mr. President?
Yeah.
Next, Donald Trump and Kristi Noem talk about prosecuting CNN for their coverage about an app that tracks where ICE raids are potentially taking place, and for CNN's coverage regarding Donald Trump's strikes on Iran that were not as successful as Donald Trump claimed. He and Kristi Noem say they're looking into prosecuting CNN for that. Here, let's play it.
And Madam Secretary, CNN yesterday pushed an app that lets you track where ICE agents are. Tom Homan was saying that perhaps CNN should be prosecuted for that. That's obstruction of law enforcement. Your response?
Yeah, we're working with the Department of Justice to see if we can prosecute them for that, because what they're doing is actively encouraging people to avoid law enforcement activities, operations, and we're going to actually go after them and prosecute them with the partnership of PAM if we can, because what they're doing we believe is illegal.
And they may be prosecuted also for having given false reports on the attack in Iran.
Yes.
They were given totally false reports. It was totally obliterated, and our people have to be celebrated, not come home and say, what do you mean we didn't hit the target? We hit the target first. You know, the pilots came home and they said we hit the target first. So they may be very well prosecuted for that. What they did there we think is totally illegal. Okay, let's go. Follow us. Hi, Brian. You all right?
Thanks
The boys have been very lucky. Margie, Kelly,
Oh, really?
You
works for who?
Then they go to the press conference area, a different room, where Kristi Noem talks about, after talking about killing migrants with alligators and pythons and torturing them and prosecuting CNN, Kristi Noem, the sociopathic sicko murderer that she is, says, we love everybody. We love everybody. And Donald Trump's like, well, not everybody. Here, play this clip.
Making sure that nobody is prioritized over an American citizen. We love everybody. We do. We love everybody.
Not everybody.
But, well,
a lot of people.
But we shouldn't be putting people illegally above citizens. we should be making sure that we do things right. And that's what America has always stood for. And we're an example to the rest of the world because we do it right. So, Mr. President, you surround yourself with great people. And I think that's because everybody wants to work for the greatest president that the United States has ever had. And that's President Donald J. Trump.
Thank
so thank
you
you,
very
sir.
much, Christy. That's
Thank
so
you for
nice.
your-
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Then Kristi Noem says that this is what needs to be built by all governors in the United States. This is what she wants to see all governors do, build concentration camps where alligators can kill migrants. Play this clip.
And this facility is exactly what I want every single governor in this country to consider doing with us. What happened to start this conversation was that a young man named Jimmy Percival in my office, my general counsel, who came from Florida and used to work here, called up the attorney general and the governor and said, hey, what do you think about partnering with us on a detention facility that we could put in place that would allow us to bring individuals there? There's an airstrip close by. You guys volunteered the assets that you have and the connections that you have and worked with Kevin extensively so that we could come here, have their due process given, and return them home to their countries. And in 8 days, this facility has been stood up.
Next, Kristi Noem says that this is how you uphold freedom, by building concentration camps surrounded by alligators that will kill migrants. Play this clip.
Since Trump has gone back into the White House, because he's upholding the law and because a bunch of liberals, socialists, and Marxists are out there lying about what President Trump is doing. President Trump is upholding freedom by what he is doing. The freedom to live safely in this country and to do things legally and to have justice. And because those liberals, and I'm calling out you, CNN, I'm calling you out because you lie every single day about what these operations are. We are going after murderers and rapists and traffickers and drug dealers and getting them off the streets and getting them out of this country because Joe Biden let the worst of the worst come in here.
Now, before Donald Trump took off and went to the concentration camp in the Everglades in Florida, he was asked a question about Alligator Alcatraz. Is the idea that the migrants get eaten? And Donald Trump says, yes, I guess that's the concept, that they will get eaten and they will get killed by the alligators. Here, play this clip.
And with the Alligator Alcatraz, is the idea that if some illegal immigrants escape, they just get eaten by an alligator or a snake or something?
I guess that's the concept. This is not a nice business. I guess that's the concept. If snakes are fast, but alligators are, but we're going to teach them how to run away from an alligator, okay? If they escape prison, how to run away. Don't run in a straight line. Run like this. And you know what? Your chances go up about 1%. Okay? Not a good thing.
Elon Musk has been very vocal in his criticism of Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans for pushing through the disastrous budget bill. To Elon Musk's credit, he talks about the amount of debt, trillions of dollars that are going to be added by this disastrous budget bill, and how it will kill new American emerging technologies, how it will kill wind and solar energy, and how it gives subsidies to coal and will set America back. This is the biggest gift to China. And then Donald Trump says that, well, we're going to have DOGE look at Elon and we may deport Elon Musk. Elon Musk may be deported soon by DOGE, and we're gonna hit him hard. Play this clip.
The rest, we got a lot of hostages back, but we're going to talk about that. I don't know. I think we'll have to take a look. We might have to put DOGE on Elon. You know what DOGE is? DOGE is the monster that might have to go back and eat Elon. Wouldn't that be terrible? He gets a lot of subsidies, Peter. But Elon's very upset that the EV mandate is going to be terminated. And you know what? When you look at it, not everybody wants an electric car. I don't want an electric car. I want to have maybe gasoline, maybe electric, maybe a hybrid, maybe someday a hydrogen. If you have a hydrogen car, it has one problem, it blows up, So I'm going to give that one to Peter. I'm going to let Peter test it out.
And this is what happens in fascist regimes like the United States. We've seen this in Russia, right? At first, the oligarchs like the Musks are close to the regime, but if you speak out against the regime, the oligarchs are the first to be killed and attacked by the regime. And here, Donald Trump, while he's at the concentration camp in the Everglades, is asked, are you concerned that Elon Musk says he's going to fund primary challenges to Republicans who vote for the disastrous budget bill? And Donald Trump again threatens Elon Musk. Let's play it.
Musk is ripping into this bill again. Are you concerned that Republicans are going to be swayed by Musk and his money?
No, I don't think so. I think what's going to happen is DOGE is going to look at Musk. And if DOGE looks at Musk, we're going to save a fortune. Thank you very much, everybody. I don't think you should be playing that game with me.
Mr. President, July 9th tariff guideline.
Then Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis talk about redoing the census and trying to rig the census to help the MAGA Republicans create an enduring dictatorship in the United States. Let's play it.
Be a new bill called Make American Elections Great Again.
I love it.
Forcing the U.S. Census Bureau to redo the census to actually get an account of how many Americans with proof of citizenship are in our area, in our country, redistricting some of the House districts. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll speak for both of us. We love it. Okay, you're going to like this one. I know all about it. We want to bring our elections back. The election in 2020 was rigged, millions and millions of votes. It had to do with COVID and a lot of things, but it really had to do with the crooked people. The Democrats are very good at cheating on elections. And that's why I said too big to rig. They tried this one too. But after about 9:02, they gave up too many votes. Too big to rig. Ron would love it. I would love it. Christie would love it. That's what they have to do. They have to bring it back. And we have to look, Ron, they include anybody that happens to be in your state.
Well, California would lose like 5 seats if they did a fair census. And even beyond that, the Biden census gypped Florida of at least 1 seat. We only got 1 seat in the last census. Are you trying to tell me that Florida only had 1 seat in that? We should have had at least 2. Texas should have had another one. That could be the difference in the House of Representatives and the majority. So I would love for them to redo the census for 26. My legislature will redistrict those lines. We'll get it to where it's fair. But as it's right now, this country is not fairly apportioned. I've got so many more millions of people in Florida that have representation because of that flawed census.
Mr. President.
Going back to when Trump was at the White House, he then lies and claims that there was total obliteration at the Iranian nuclear sites when we know there wasn't. We see satellite images today of them excavating the Fordo facility, for example. Like it's not completely obliterated, but okay, play it.
I mean, we had an incredible in Iran. We had an incredible success, like really nobody's had in many, many years. That was a precision war strike, and the word obliteration can now be used because the Atomic Energy Commission said you can't even get into the place. It was demolished. It was really demolished. It was a great.
Donald Trump then attacked Zohran Mamdani and says that he wants to operate. He hears that Mamdani wants to operate grocery stores. What's that about? He wants to work at grocery. What are you even talking about? Play this clip.
I think he's terrible. He's a communist. The last thing we need is a communist. I said there will never be socialism in the United States. Now we have a communist. So I think he's bad news. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun with him, watching him, because he has to come right to this building to get his money. And don't worry, he's not going to run away with anything. I think he's, frankly, I've heard he's a total nut job. I think the people in New York are crazy. If they go this route, I think they're crazy. We will have a communist for the first time, really, a pure, true communist. He wants to operate the grocery stores, the department stores. What about the people that are there? I think it's crazy.
And then Donald Trump is asked about the cuts to Medicaid from the disastrous budget bill. And then Trump lies and claims that there are no cuts, there are no games, that nothing is going to happen with Medicaid when we know for a fact that 15 to 16 million Americans are going to lose their Medicaid as a result of the disastrous budget bill. 1 in 4 nursing homes are going to be shut down. About 40% of rural hospitals are going to be shut down. That's why I call the budget bill a murder bill, because tens of millions of Americans are going to be killed. Concentration camps in Florida, in the Everglades, where migrants will be eaten by alligators. That's the United States for you right now as of July 1st, 2025. Here's the clip of Trump, though.
Are there concerns about the Medicaid cuts, though?
No, we're not going to be playing with Medicaid. Only waste, fraud, and abuse.
Americans could lose
yeah, the Democrats have it wrong. Yeah, waste, fraud, and abuse. In fact, if you look at what's gone on, we've gone way back. We take care of Medicaid. We take care of Medicare. they will blow Medicare and Medicaid because they have no idea what they're doing. Just like they don't have any idea what they did on the border, they have no idea. Medicaid is in big trouble with the Democrats.
So you promise anyone who loses their health care coverage, that is because of waste, fraud, and abuse?
Waste, fraud, only waste, fraud, and abuse, which is what everybody wants.
Russia has about...
Well, there you have it, folks. Hard for me to believe that some of the words that I said on this video were words that I said. But then I showed you the video, so you heard for yourself, and I'm just going to report on the facts of what they're actually saying. Trump saying it's a dream come true to have migrants in concentration camps die by getting eaten by alligators. So you tell me what you think about that. Leave comments. Tell me what you think in the comments. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. Thanks for watching.
The truth is more important than ever. Check out our new Truth Over Lies collection at store.MeidasTouch.com. All 100% USA union made.